You know, just yesterday I was thinking I have about 20 mils and I don't know on what am I going to spend it. Since I pretty much have all the cars I want. And then I noticed this. It's not the best looking Ferrari out there. In fact, I would say I pretty much hate it. Let's take a look. I mean, I don't hate it. I like the way it looks, but the whole story behind it, which we're gonna read on. We're gonna read up on it in a minute. Actually, looks quite good. It has its wheel on the right. Supposedly it was made for England, which is a shame. It's an Italian car. Shame they didn't scan one that has a wheel on the left, but you know, as it should. But anyways, I guess this makes it even more unique in a way. Looks quite raw, interesting, like pretty much all old cars. Alright, let's go read up on it and then buy it and take it for a spin. So it says, McKeel says this 250 GTO is one of the last Ferraris to combine the characteristics of road cars and racing cars. Alright, sounds promising. It's not the rarest Ferrari of them all, and arguably not the fairest either. But if you like good stories, I'm sure you'll become fond of this car. Let's hope so. Even if you include the 330 GT and the Series 2 cars, only 39 of these 250 GTOs were built in total. Each one of which has its own unique tale. This car, chases number 3729 GT, is a right-hand drive built for the UK. It was purchased by Jaguar dealer and race car driver John Coombs. Originally white, it was painted red in 1966. So it's not an original color. Really famous drivers including Graham Hill, Richie Ginther and Mike Parks drove this car in the UK during the 60s. What does it say on the side? Eric Shirley. It was later owned and raced by British racing driver Jack Sears for several years. Since 1999, it's been owned by former Microsoft president and chief operating officer John Shirley. Oh my god. That's terrible. Machine goes to die in some millionaire's garage. Well, at least we got to experience it here, right? And then he kind of preserved it for us, so yeah. It's a win-win, lose-lose situation, I guess. The price of this particular car takes its long and storied history into account. Great. So what they're saying is basically we're paying 20 mil for a story. Oh boy. Well, Here it is. And on top the car you could have seen before was a racing Civic I got. I'm collecting all the numbers. This was number 4. I think I'm missing maybe 5, 6, and 7 to collect all 10 of them. But anyways, now it's 250 GTO. Okay. So it is an Italian car. It would only be appropriate to go and drive it, I guess, here, right? In fictional Italian track. It is rated at 535. Should we do a race? Or maybe I don't know. Let's see. You know, let's just go. Let's first test it alone. We'll just go full course. Sunrise. Or maybe evening. Sure. Let's just check, is everything off? It is not. And then assist setting. Sometimes braking area is on, but now it's off. All right. Okay. Okay. And almost the first scratch. I actually love how it drives for now. As they said, it's just between regular and racing cars, so it's I like it. It seems, oh yeah, it seems quite. All right, let me try and describe it. I'm trying to spin it. I don't know. It's the reaction to input seems quite unique. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's a bit wobbly, but it's look at this. Can you hear how it struggles? I don't know, why is that? There's something with transition, I think. Would be interesting how, I mean, we'll try it, I guess. How upgrades will apply to this. Oh no. There we go. First scratch. Couldn't even do one. One circle. Oh boy. Really reacts weird to inputs. I kinda like this car just for the uniqueness sake. It's not necessarily a car that I would recommend somebody to get. But it's, if you like unusual cars. Although this kinda looks like some cars that are in the game, I couldn't really say it drives similar to. It has quite unique handling. So okay, apart from the obvious thing, it's kind of long and narrow, and you see you can kind of get it on the side. It's playful a bit, but then again, it doesn't have enough power to make it uncontrollable or unpredictable. So it's just it just gives you something little to play around with. I'm okay. All right, so oops. And it looks like it's also one of the cars. I recently noticed this on one of the vehicles, that it doesn't have, which is interesting very for me. I think it's probably a racing car thing. It doesn't have a speed, how do you call this? I don't know, it doesn't show you the speed you're going, you know. There's just a rev counter there, and then some other things like oil temperature, water temperature, and things like that. Whoops. But no speed, which is kind of weird. I mean, I guess it's because you would still get some useful info from the speed you're going, you know, so you can see how fast you're going into a corner. I mean, I guess you can visually see it, but then again, just to be able to confirm it. You know, I really wanted to check something out. All right, so we're definitely going to look at it a bit. So we almost had a first contact here, but I think we managed to avoid it. Oh no, we didn't. Okay. And there were some sparks there. It looks good, it sounds good. It's really expensive. I guess it's part of the game, you know. You get one of these cars just, I don't know, you know, just for a track day, just for some random little race. Or just for driving it around like this, alone on the track. Enjoying the vehicle for what it is, a piece of history. Piece of its owners, I guess. It would be cool if you scratch the paint and then you can see white beneath it. Although I'm pretty sure when they went and repainted this, they actually removed all the original color. I guess that's the way to do it properly. And I'm sure on a car like this you would do it properly. So yeah, the car looks cool. I wanted to see something though. I'm sorry. Differential. Yeah, differential. It's like differential feels weird, but yeah, there's no differential. It seems everything is at 0 because I think even if there is a serial one, if there's a normal one, you can still see some values here. So what I'm gonna do now is, because I don't actually love to make permanent changes on these cars, especially very expensive ones. Although I do make them on the occasion. I do have it on the oldest car in the game, which is the Alfa Romeo oldest one or the Mercedes? I'm not sure on top of my head. But I did changes on both of those cars that are permanent. But I won't do so on this one. What we will do, however... Oh boy, look at this. Very interesting. Very interesting. This car seems to be very limited in what you can do to it. Wonder why that is. Look at this. Alright, so you can get fully customizable LDS, which we'll definitely do, because that seems to... Oh, this would be useful for this car as well, supposedly. Sometimes it actually gives it less performance points, but that might be a bug. So we'll get a fully customizable racing transmission as well, because it can be removed. What else? Yeah, we pretty much can't do anything with this car. So weird. It does come with comfort soft, so I guess we'll try it out on... But it's so weird, you can't get brakes for this car. I gotta say, I'm a bit confused. I don't know if I've noticed anything like this on similar cars. It does have fully customizable suspension on by default, which is cool. It has 300 horsepower on only 800 kilos. All right. Kind of makes me want to upgrade it, because what you do usually is, well, so for example, if we were to upgrade this car, it would give us, I don't know, it's hard to predict, maybe around 400 horsepower tops, you know, for this car, maybe less. And then you would just get power restrictor and get, if you would to take off the weight, you would have to be careful if you want to get all the weight back, because with ballast you can only get around 200 kilos back, not around, but exactly 200 kilos back. So you wouldn't want to do weight reduction more than 200 kilos if you want to be able to get it back to drive as closely as the original one. So that's what you would do. You know what? Alright, so we have 295. I did bunch of talking, but I've just changed my mind. Oh, I already forgot, what was that? It was 295, right? Alright, so was that all? I think it was. Let's get power restrictor as well. I mean, I might as well increase. You see, now increasing battery rigidity supposedly gives less performance points. I guess that's a bug. I'm not gonna get that now because I assume it could change, you know, handling a bit. Although I guess that would be extremely subtle. Alright, so we got only around, what, 68 more horsepowers, 366 on 880 kilos. I like that. Let's go and do the same lap this time in the morning. We'll do the sunrise one, and we'll make some. Ooh, it's 125, but why? 95. Let's try it at 100, or maybe 105. So it's not too extremely down, too extreme. Let's leave this. All right, this is 25, 30, 35, 40. Just kind of peculiar. I want to try something like this. Oof. I don't know. We're gonna get natural frequency all the way up here for this one. And let's try acceleration sensitivity 515. Or should we try and leave it as it is? Okay. All right. Let's give it a spin. Let's see how it handles now. It still accelerates a bit weird. Let's see how far we can take it. 8.5. Yeah, it has a bit of a problem in slowing down. Not too much of a problem. Yeah, I don't know what to say, to be honest. I think this is It is a bit more edgy now, but also a bit more fun. You know, we're gonna do a cool experiment. Although I didn't drive it for long enough to be able necessarily to tell the difference, but what I'm gonna do after this one, we're gonna look at it a bit and then we're gonna try and return this car back to normal. Yeah, the braking is weak point at the moment, I think. What we should have done is get a braking, maybe, let's see. I think brakes could be more to the front, maybe. Maybe that would give it a bit better. Yeah, I definitely feel like that could help. I didn't bought it though. Anyways, yeah, I would definitely get the braking sensor. I don't know how it's called. I forgot. And then tinker with that a bit, since you can't get better brakes for this. And don't get me wrong, the brakes are not terrible. It just kind of brakes a bit. I don't know. A bit weird. Looks good. It looks we didn't get it too low. It has enough clearance to make clear turns, clean turns. Still sounds good, as expected. I would for sure recommend doing the upgrades, especially when let's try and confirm this. All right, so we'll let's see, how much time do we have? We have enough time. Let's go setting sheet in detail setting. We'll call this one tuned. All right. Tuned, all right. And then we will not duplicate it, but add a new one, because that will reset everything. And we'll just call it original. Original tune, just to make it kind of clear. It's still, or maybe original sim, like it's simulating the original one, since I mean it's not an original. Anyways, okay, so what do we say? We have 366, and I think it was, oh boy, was it 298 or 95? So it's better to adjust performance with power restrictor than output adjustments. I did some research on it. You'll have to trust me, as they say. So 297 is the closest we could get. So now, if you want to tinker and be exact, you could do. I think it was 298. So you could do it like this, maybe. Oh no, this still takes 3 horsepower. All right, so we can get it to 227 which is closer, or we could get it to 300. Anyways, we'll have it as this. It would be nice if we had screenshotted before. Yeah, that would be useful. We could go back in the video and see it, I guess, if somebody is that curious, and just compare the base performance points and, you know, acceleration performance and everything else. Anyways, supposedly now it should pretty much drive although now it's hard to say, you know. Is it the same machine? It's hard to say how game simulates it. You have to have both cars and then driven them for a long time to see if there is noticeable difference now between them. Between original and then this one that simulates the original, and then maybe compare times as well, you know, things like that. Yeah, it does. Oh yeah, it seems freaking a bit different. Oh yeah, it seems like there's more torque. Like there's more torque on the back. I don't know if this is going on in my head or, but I would say there's more torque in the back. Something like that. But like I said, now it's hard. We would need to compare the numbers after I end this recording. I'm gonna go and check out the numbers, because we did at one point after the first race we did went in just to see LDS settings for the car. And then all the numbers were on the sides. So it would be interesting to see that. It would be interesting to compare that. I bet there's some difference in those numbers. Because if those numbers are basically the same, I mean they should be pretty similar. But if they're basically the same, the car should, in theory, pretty much it would be expected from the car to have the same performance and feel. Can you hear the tires? How long can you hear them? Although that was a bit weird. And my first run, I just can't put my finger on it right now. Sorry, oh man, this is so weird. Alright, let's look at it, although I don't think we should. So the height is back to normal now. I can't really say I see much difference, although it's only, I don't know. I think what we did, it was from 125 to maybe 105, something like that. Millimeters, right? So it's like only 2 centimeters. Yeah, it's noticeable if you look for it. It's not a huge difference though. Yeah. Just kind of feels that it spins out back tires longer than the original one. And I do drive it. You're noticing when I'm driving, I do shift the weight a lot from left to right, because I'm trying to put my finger on it. On what's happening with the machine. Also the sound, you know, is the sound the same? Oh boy, so many questions. Like detail analysis should be done. If I weren't so lazy, I would do it, I guess, but it's not like anybody would watch it. I'm kind of curious about it, but you know, maybe not enough to invest that much time and energy to it. But I guess you could, you know, fix the camera behind the car and then inside and do it the same. Maybe here would be the cleanest, just as far as the sound goes. Or like this. Because like the question is, would the sound be the same, you know, inside? You know, of the car that is like, that has all the engine upgrades, but then it's power limited? I don't know, yeah, man. Because in the game, usually, like if you get a sports exhaust, that will change the that will very obviously change the sound of the car, of the vehicle. Oh, I would love if you could just buy. That's such a shame that you can't buy the parts here. But I definitely wanna get the parking, the brake balance controller. That's what it's called. All right, so let's see, maybe we got some of these in, yeah, right, so let's see, it says, we have on this car 297 horsepower, all right, 297, then torque is 31.3, and 291, so 297, 31.3, 291. 297, 31.3, 291. Okay, this is okay. Yeah, it's interesting. So we actually have less torque now. No, more, 31.3, but it's 295. Let's see if we can get it to 295. It would be crazy if I felt that, but it's too less of a difference to be felt. And we won't. I don't think we'll be able to to get it to 295, I think. Was it 293? Yeah, 293 was the next, which gives torque to turn. But yeah, you see, the torque is bigger, so I wasn't crazy. The torque is bigger, so even if we get max power to 293, the original one had 30.6, so it had less torque. So if I had to be perfectly honest, I would say I am a bit disappointed maybe to have tinkered with this car. I mean, in a way, it's not as far as the car goes, you know. If you tune it up, so I think this is solid basic tune, you know. This one, I mean, it's a better car for sure, right? That's not even a question. But you won't be able to get to the original one. That's my basic conclusion. How much? How is it a huge difference? I don't know. I like I said, it would require a very thorough investigation, you know, to see all that's different. Is the sound different and things like that. Can we adjust the brakes here now? No, only in the game. That's actually a shame. We bought a. Huh. Oh yeah, it's here. Brake balance. All right. Brake controller. So I would definitely. Let me just check. I have to max front, I guess. Procedural front. The basic approach is to measure the balance to the road distribution between the front and rear as much. This setting is usually adjusted when ballast is added or repositioned. However, it can also be delivered as good in order to car's handling. Alright, so the car is pretty much balanced out, 51-49. As far as the balance goes, so the front is a bit, let's see, in the original it's the same. Yeah, of course, because we didn't adjust the weight. Well, I'm still front rear balance. Okay. So front is minus, I guess. Doesn't say anything here. Front rear minus plus. So I guess this -1 would be more to the front. It's a bit. It's not completely clear, to be honest. So yeah, this will be the tuned and then original. We'll get this to normal. All right. It's so weird. It changed. I was playing with tuned. I don't know what happened there. And I'm gonna leave original at 293, so 2 horsepower less than the original, but then it also has more torque. So I guess that kinda brings it to the similar. Let's see how much low should I go to get. What was it? No, it was 36. So I would need to get almost 10 horsepower less So originally it has 295. I would have to go to 285, maybe 85 and a half, 85.6, to 286. But I can't get that exactly. Oh no, maybe 287. I don't know. To get the same torque the original has. 293. So it goes by 3. Anyways, we'll leave it like this for our original sim. So 2 horsepower less, and then 0.5 torque more, which is actually around 14% more torque. And only what, like 1% less horsepower. So let's go even less. So this is 200 and oh boy, should we get it like this? 289. I guess maybe this would be a better compromise, right? So 0.6, that's like 2% more. No, it's 0.2, 30.6. I don't know, man. This could be maybe a bit. 195, then 1% would be around 3 horsepower. And then this, yeah, I don't know. Let's keep it like this. Let's keep it like this. For original sim, we don't want it to, because I think the other one, the other version would be or maybe like this, 290, 37. So you could actually play with these guys. Maybe something like this. It's the same, 290. Oh boy. Is this it? Huh. Maybe this is our solution. Maybe this will be our solution. Alright, so 34, okay. Oh no, I'm what am I gaining at? 290. I forgot to look at. Alright, so 295. And then it's interesting. You see how different there's difference between output adjustment and power restrictor, how it affects max torque and max power. So it's weird. I don't know if it's a bug. Or something. No. Jeez. It's kind of hard for me to notice what's happening exactly. $295. Boy. So, okay, so if we get this to 80, what happens? No, man, you see the torque is way below. All right, so this gives it. Okay, so let's say we get this one to 90 and then this one to 90. Let's. I guess it's pretty close. All right, so we need more torque. So let's try this one to 93 and then this one to 98. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it. And there we go, step by step. Took us forever. But we're pretty much there. All right, so we can choose between 295, which is exact horsepower value, and 30.8, or 295. Or 296, 30.6. Oh. So either exact maximum power. And let's see the value it gives us on performance point. It says 536.42, 536.42, and what's the original one? 536.42. Then this is 535. 535.17. Can't be only for 1 horsepower. There's definitely something else involved here. Now we're on 536.55, so this actually gives us slower. What was it there? 535, like 17, something like that. Jeez, man. Crazy. Dude, that's crazy for whatever reason. For whatever reason, we can't match. So this would actually give, now this would, I mean, okay, so the performance points are, I mean, the algorithm is obviously rather complex. It's kind of hard to say what's happening. We would definitely need to see acceleration performance, assuming that's legit. But apparently this would get us closer to the original performance points. Although it gives us a few horsepowers less and 0.2 torque power less as well. So weird. Anyways, I'm leaving it as like this. I'm leaving it like this. I'm gonna trust the, horsepower value. And then we have it at the same torque, 1 horsepower more than the original tune, although with a bit more performance points. Alright, so for the end, let's go and enjoy the car a bit. Again, maybe here. It's Italy, this seems to be like an old church. Although, by the look of it, I would say this is like an Anglican church, maybe. Not necessarily a Roman one. Okay, so last few minutes gonna spend on enjoying this car. Okay, this is co-driver. Wow, this is nice. Co-driver name Eric Shirley. I never noticed that. I don't know, is that a thing? Driver and co-driver's name. That's so cool. Oh, look at this little thing, this little detail. It's interesting. Yeah, I guess this is the only way. I don't know, like, is this so the engine noise comes from the back, because this would catch the sound. This would catch the sound from the exhausts as well and get it back to your head. Since I assume you would raise this with your windows closed, although here the windows are opened. Are they here inside? Oh, probably all the way down so I can see them. They're not, and they should be seen in the doors. Here, if they're rolled down, maybe that's a bug, or maybe there are no windows just to make the car even lighter. I'm not sure. In any case, this is the car, and I guess we've answered the question, can you get back the car to exactly the original form? And the answer would be no, at least not with this car. But also, much more testing would be needed. Apparently this car has, around 445 kilometers on it. It's not seen here, but it's what it said when we were buying the car. I'm not sure, is that a real thing or is that a simulated thing? But there you go. It's a Ferrari 250 GTO. Car we looked at today. And yeah, until the next time, you have a good one.